Please describe your job title and primary duties.
I was a part of the kitchen staff. Basically, I was pizza maker, salad maker, hoagie maker. Whatever they needed to be made, I made it when a ticket came up. I started off on pizza and ovens, and so when I was trained on that, I went over to salad, and then I went and did hoagie last, and now I kind of, whenever I'm in the kitchen, I make whatever needs to be made. If we need somebody on any one of the stations, I can do it. Additionally, at the end of the night, it's a lot of cleaning. You have to flip all of the ingredients into a new container for health code reasons, and clean every surface and every drawer, all the floors in the back, and that's all kitchen staff duty. Additionally, sometimes you'll be asked to do dish if you're accepted into that, which is just washing dishes all night, and you have to clean up the dish room and clean that out before the end of the night. That's pretty much it.
What was the work environment like?
You're always doing something. If the saying is, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. If you're standing around doing nothing, somebody's going to tell you to do something. You have to be pretty much going nonstop from when you start to when you end. And if you take a water break or a smoke break or whatever, you can only do it for so long. And generally, you're trying to get back as soon as you can.
Please describe the application and interview process.
There's a bunch of jokes on the application on the Mellow Mushroom application. I think that their goal is to try and make it seem like they're more laid back and friendly. And so there's a bunch of like, tell us your favorite joke on the application, or draw a comic, that sort of thing. But when I handed in the application and the general manager looked it over, and when I eventually got an interview with the back of the house manager, because there's a general manager, then there's a front of the house manager, and then there's a back of the house manager. When I got an interview with the back of the house manager, he said that he wanted to walk me through the application that I sent in, because just to get more one-on-one experience. But it became very clear that he actually didn't read the application at all. He was just doing that so that he wouldn't have to do the work beforehand, and just did it right there, sitting there while I was there.
What questions did the interviewer ask during the job interview?
It was mostly about, can you handle a fast-paced environment? How do you deal with stress? Do you try and... have you worked in a kitchen before? That's actually usually the first question, because this was the first place that I think he was tentative about hiring me, because I hadn't worked in a kitchen before. That seems like, because it's hard work, and I don't think people understand how hard it is until you get there and actually do it. It's kind of nonstop, and in the level of stuff that you're expected to do is high for what a minimum wage job is.
How were you notified that you received the job?
He told me on the spot that I got the job when I had that back of the house interview, and it took about, he scheduled me for the next week, and then I started, but it was slow, because there's a lot of things to learn back there. So I started on ovens, but they don't need an oven guy every day. They need an oven guy maybe Friday and Saturday. So I slowly learned the pizzas and stuff, and as it went by, I started with maybe 10 hours, and then I moved up to more and more as the time went by. I had about 30 hours before I started school again. So yeah, that's kind of how it went all summer.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment?
They're just looking, if you're looking for a server position, they're looking for laid back people. But if you're looking for the kitchen, they're looking for hard workers. So if you're a hard worker and you can demonstrate that to them, like say things about your previous job experience or your work or school experience or something that was difficult and stressful, and you managed to keep a level head about it, then they'll like that.